Hello, here's GBF Archivalmeister again with a Let's Play of Excelsior Phase 1 Lysandia, and in the last time we left off we were about to deliver a letter to the Royal Prince, Williamson, I think was his name. And well, this is Royal Keep, looks pretty nice. It's not a typical dungeon, it's more like, you know, a castle or a keep. And there are a lot of rooms with barrels which don't give us anything, except for a few things which we will get. And one is pretty important, but it's more in the upper corner. The enemies on this level are actually fixed, so if you kill them all they will respawn actually, but at some point, but most of the time these enemies are actually pre-placed. So when we kill them, we will have a lot less to worry about later on. Or if we are going through this place again. So finally we can kill the law people, and an archer appeared as well. He is one of the random spawning enemies on this floor. And a lantern, but since we have a magic lantern we won't need that. And here actually some ogre spawned there in that room, but since we don't open the door, he will not get to us. And we're losing quite a bit of hit points, so let's use the Fleshman spell to regain 126 hit points, which is quite a lot. I like it. And that guard is also dead, and we can increase to the next level if we wanted to. And here we have a Banshee again. And a potion, actually, a white potion. I don't know what that does, but I never used potions except for the grape potions anyway in this game. Let's unlock this door, because here we have a lantern and the handless shield. The handless shield is pretty important, because it is the only shield which we can wear without taking off one of our two weapons, except for the buckler. This is the... I mentioned it in video 1, I guess, that there exists such a shield, and this is it. And yeah, we will take off the buckler and get the handle shield, and we'll now have an armor class of 18 instead of 16, and also drop the buckler. Trusty buckler, you are dismissed. And for some reason I want to kill this troll. Oh, it wasn't an ogre after all. They look pretty similar. Other than that, there isn't really much to find here, except maybe for... no, okay. That is what we can find here. So we go to the next level. I think it goes up. Yes, we go up the ladder. And darkness shall prevail. Yes, and as you can see, we are in this little corner here, and can go down, and this is actually a trap. I went... the first time I played this, it was quite literally yeah, learning by doing, because it is a spiral which gets smaller and smaller the more you go in the around, and in the center there is another signpost which tells you you should have gone the other way around. So instead of just doing that all over again, I will just straightly go back, and since there is no other entrance, we have to look for it somewhere, and there it is. A secret door. So yeah, that has taught me to, you know, check for secret doors in long dungeons right at the beginning, because that is the whole trick of this passage. And what you also can see, although we have the magic lantern, we can't actually see the whole map like we should, and that will return in the last dungeon again, and it's much more evil, I'd say. It's difficult, but for now we skip the spiral dead end and just go through this magic door, hidden door, and up to the next level, which is again part of a keep, and we can just leave all those warriors there. But I see a scroll up in the top right corner, and that is something we want. And also this guy will be important later on. It's not an enemy actually, it's a cleric, and he tells us, or the text tells us, "You stand before a pale-skinned friar. Please do not speak to me, for I wish no outside influence to impinge upon me." Yes, he doesn't want to be impinged, and it's quite good because we need this later on. And of course, here's the magic door for us to get the scroll, which we can use after that and learn a new spell, the DH spell. And it doesn't actually mean de-aging, but it means something different. It is a pretty powerful spell, one we may not be able to cast. It's the Divine Hailstorm, and that is a spell against undead or something. I never used it, and I doubt we could even cast it. So, well, but for completion's sake, I just take it with me. And while we're here, we can also kill some buccaneers and warriors, because we are a fighter. And this looks suspicious, that there has to be some way through. And there is the door. And another door. And no door here. So we look left and right, and it's to the right. Yeah, this is the level with a lot of hidden doors. Buccaneers, pirates from the Caribbean, and berserkers. Pretty strong they are. And it's also good that we have a lot of keys, skeleton keys, and the lockpicking skill, because there are a lot of enemies here. Doors. Closed doors. And also killed all the enemies here. And this is even dead end too, so we have to go the other way around. You can see what kind of maze-like structure this is. The Royal Keep is pretty much a maze, and we are getting chased by an enemy up there, but we'll leave him be, because he can't reach us anyway, because his KIE, okay, this KI, AI, not KI, AI, just tells him to close in on us, but isn't going around corners or something like that if they are too far away. Let's inspect here and find another door, and another door, and another door. And open this door. It is locked. Unlocked. Okay, continue. Yes, and this is the door maze, as I like to call it, where you have to use the P key and the O key quite often, and the inspect key as well, because there are actually some hidden doors as well. And we have to go diagonal, so bear with me while I'm trying to... Okay, this was wrong. Open door, try to get through this. It's actually a little bit tedious, to be perfectly honest with you. Open, yes. Pick, open, pick, and there's an enemy again. Pick, open, pick, open, pick, open, pick. Oh, and I went the wrong way. Or did I? You can see that there are no direct ways, so there has to be a way, a hidden way perhaps. And there it is. Let's open all the doors. You can kind of see when they're closed, they have a little brown bar in front of them until they are opened with a lockpick actually, but of course, since it's all brown, it's kind of hard to see. And this is another maze running through this forest, which has also secret doors in it. And let's hope we can find them all easily. Yes, okay, that looks good. And, okay, you're on a roll here. And there it is, okay. The door is locked. Let's unlock. And we have found the way to the third level. Yes. And this is actually a level where the enemies do not attack us, since it is a riddle game or riddle level. The sign reads, "Prison chambers for offending criminals. Authorized personnel only." Yes, in that dungeon, or in that place, Prince Williamson is kept, but there is actually no way inside. I've checked every possible way in, but it's not the proper way to get in. You actually have to do a trick here. Enjoy your stay and obey the law! Yes. Let's talk first to some of the peoples here. Problem is they move randomly and you don't always have them in range to talk to you. The prisoner stares blankly at you. "I have done nothing wrong, I swear it. Why has King Valkery banished me here?" Sad, sad indeed. Okay, this is the same text. Somebody tell me something different? No, doesn't look like it. It's all the same. Sometimes they move fast, sometimes they don't move at all. No, nothing. Nothing new to tell me. What about you, down there? Losing food? Ah, I missed you. Get back here. No, of course not. Okay, they all tell you the same, and these are just guards who will tell you, "Enjoy your stay and obey the law!" And this is the torture chamber. Right now it's full of guards. Maybe they like to hang around the torture chamber, like it's the last place where we can have some fun or something like that. But let's talk to this guy, which suspiciously does not move. You see a scruffy-looking guard who appears to be all muscle. "Royal citizen, the authorities are on the hunt for a murderer who fled from the continent. Do you have any knowledge of who this man or woman is? If so, tell me who committed this heinous crime." Yes, and this is actually a riddle. What can we tell him that would help us get to, yeah, well, the prince, which we can't go any other way. We have to do something to kinda get past the guards and their securities without killing them, because that would accomplish nothing. So what do we do? What can we do? How to get inside? By telling him who committed a heinous crime. Yes, some of you may be on the right track or already have the answer. I know the answer. I didn't know at first either, and but it's quite an easy answer actually, because it's only 2 letters. And I first told him it was you, so that he got pissed off at me and just, I don't know, attack me or something would happen, or throw me in the jail, which is actually the solution. And but you don't piss him off. You could tell him orc face. I'm not familiar with the name, but thank you for speaking up. It takes a brave soul to do so. We will do our best to catch this fugitive and bring him here for justice. Him or her to justice, yes. We have a horrible cell waiting. Yes, and since that will never happen, the only other person we have authority over, or the only person in this game, is us. And that doesn't work, so we have to tell him, me. We are the crazy murderer who fled the continent. You, eh? I respect one brave enough to own up to one's wrongdoing. Nevertheless, the crime is no less severe. In an instant, the guard tackles you to the ground, binds your hands, and leads you into the prison. Well, and now we are kept here for safekeeping. And as you can see, all the enemies are now moving towards us. That means we are now hostile. So We will have to fight them eventually again. Eventually. And we could free these people. How did you escape your cell? The prisoner asks, astonished to see you. You best be careful, for every guard in the building will surely be after you. Yes, and yeah, we could leave the door open. Why not? We don't actually have to go the same way back. The reason I wanted to close the door is because if we are unlucky, the prisoner would block our way and we have to wait till he moves. And since this is a very, very, yeah, close path here, we would actually block ourselves. Yes, and they all tell us the same. How could you escape? Let's free them all. Hello, yes, you can go now. You don't actually have to do this, but well, I'm a good guy. I'm a good giant warrior, and we'll help all these imprisoned people. There's one thing I forgot in Indigo actually, but since we're getting there back anyway, and after this we will get the item there I missed the last time. Okay, now we freed all these people, and let's continue up here, taking all the guards with us, who are kinda awaiting us. And that door we are not yet opening, since we first will visit our friend, the prince in his cell. Which... no, his secret door is actually around here. And here is nothing actually. Just a secret door for the sake of it. And here. So, let's talk to the prince and give him his the letter from Sebastian. The prisoner looks suspiciously, I'm sorry, at you as you approach. My word, he exclaims, shaking his head in disbelief. Do not tell me there's been a secret passage there all along. What a fool I've been to accept this fate bestowed upon me by my own father, divine though he may be. You realize this prisoner is Prince Williamson, and carefully present the sealed parcel to him. He takes it and examines the seal. Who are you, and why have you come? He opens the parcel and begins to read. Why, this is a wonderful twist of events. I had no idea that others were working to restore the proper ruler of Lysandia. This parcel you bring, it asks if I know anything about why King Valkery had such a drastic change of personality. Well, he's just greedy. Well, I do indeed. Come closer, else the guards overhear. Well, they're overhearing anything anyway, since we're knocking at the doors. You bring your ear near the prince's mouth, and your eyes widen as he begins a remarkable tale. Story time. 5 fortnights ago, I was standing beside His Majesty King Valkery, my father. We were in the throne room. Without a sound, a small, dirty old man walked in through the entrance. The guards stepped forward to escort him out, but my father, seeing the hardship in the visitor's eyes, called them off. The little man proceeded to explain that he brought a gift, a token of goodwill from a far-off land, though he did not specify which. He held in his hands a beautiful crystal rod of some sort. My father accepted the gift graciously and requested that the man step forward toward the throne, and he did so. But then, instead of handing the gift to my father, the man hurriedly chanted a bizarrely linguistic oddity, and then held the rod above his head and broke it in half. Glass shards showered down, but much more was to come. For a whirlwind of electricity was emitted from within the rod, brilliantly illuminating the entire room. I then saw some sort of ethereal demon emerge from within the electricity. It floated effortlessly through the air and made its way toward the king. The Imperial Guards could do nothing to hold it. The presence touched my father and was instantly absorbed into his very body itself. The whirlwind subsided. The light dimmed. My father appeared to be alright, though visibly shaken. The royal nursing staff was called in, but my father insisted he was unharmed. As it turns out, he was very much harmed, but we did not realize it, for the demon had taken possession of his soul. From then on, the king, though sounding and looking exactly the same as always, was a different man. There were 4 people in the room who witnessed this event. The 2 guards, the old man, and myself. Valkery ordered that the old man and guards be executed. As for me, he could not execute his own son, as it would simply indicate to all the masses that something was quite amiss with their good-natured ruler. He therefore chose to imprison me, and here I have stayed since that day. People would think there's something wrong regardless, but okay. Killing 3 people, an old man and 2 guards, and imprison your own son, that is suspicious in itself, but well, okay. His edicts have obviously become ruthless, as he has reopened the dungeons and keeps, and done nothing to stop the endless flow of monstrous beasts, great and small, from terrorizing the people, and crazy ducks. So that is where the situation now stands. King Valkery, though physically the same, is not himself. This demon, brought by one of its servants, is in control of his actions, and only those who were closest to him can tell the difference. And every citizen's realizing that the taxes have been raised. However, I do believe I possess information which could restore him to his proper self. You see, I was able to overhear some privileged information before being brought here. At risk of having the guards here, I will write what I know on the back of his parcel. Prince Williamson quickly writes on the parchment using a quill pen, one of the few possessions in the dismal cell. He finishes, rolls up the message, and ties it with a piece of string. You take it and hide it. Guard it well, my friend, for the fate of the kingdom rests on what I have written there. The message you gave me requests that I remain here, so as not to arouse any suspicion with the authorities, and I will do so, despite my dread of this place. Now be gone and be swift. Deliver the message to Sebastian, chief of the resistance, and let not the guards catch you, else all is certainly lost. Hurry now, make haste, time is of the essence, urges Prince Williamson, so we will make haste. Back to the resistance to Ndongo, and open this door now. And fight the guards. Fight guards, fight guards. Another guard. Another one guard bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And flesh mint. And there, people are leaving. You can leave. Sadly, I cannot free those, but that's okay. Could leave this poor guard. Let's kill him. We get 150 experience points. Can't let that opportunity pass so easily. Since I'm a warrior, and if somebody offers me a fight, I will take it. I will not shy down from a fight, from a good fight. Okay. So, what else do we have here? Nothing, I think. No. Okay. You, other prisoners who are free now can go free, but you can't escape there, okay? You can free yourselves. Just jump over the fences or get the keys from some guards or something like that. You will figure it out eventually. I've done more than enough. And now I must make haste. For I've got a letter of greatest importance. It sounds suspiciously like another word. But it is pretty important. For the fate of Lysandia. If we can get out of here. I might even have a spell for this, which would be No, I didn't miss anything. Okay. I thought I may have, but I didn't. Okay. Yeah, double fight. Ah. From two sides. And... yes, more enemies. Let's open all the doors. Oh, I missed one. Now, let the battle commence. This is a battle in the floors of the dungeon of the royal keep. And a loot. And who are you? Where did you appear? A berserker. And now we can close the doors. Ah, it's peaceful again. Except for that skeleton guy there. How did you get there? Hiding behind a table. And let's heal our wounds. With 155 points. We're fully healed again. And leave a spiral and then go outside again. There were some winged boots as well, if you want them, but since I already have 50 dexterity, that doesn't give me any bonus, so we will just not get that. And now back to Dongo. It is Castle Excelsior. Wonderfully placed. But with a crazy king who is currently possessed by a demon, as we now know. Sadly, sadly. Castle Excelsior to the north, yes. But we will go not to Excelsior. Eventually we will, and have to. But not now. Now. Riding through the lands. Are these the lands of lore? With 7 food and autosave? Could well be. So. Let's sail. Sail ho! And what is this? Sea cucumber. Kill it. I surrender. Now I'm quoting Pirates Gold. Oh, crazy ducks! Crazy ducks! Yes, I like crazy ducks. Wonderful enemies. Wonderful enemies. Yes! Quack! We may have gone too far in a few places. A lot more sea monsters now on the map. It's a whole infestation. What island is this? Ah, okay. Where is Griswold? Castle Griswold. Let's shoot the spectre. And get on the island again. Of Haze or Haze. Yeah, Haze. It's Haze, yeah. And into Indongo we go. But before we talk to Sebastian, I will take the item I wanted, which is actually an item which did not work the way it was described in some walkthrough I read. I will tell you once we get it. It is actually one level deeper than this, where the ducks were, and it is here in the so-called armory. You can just open the door, nobody would mind, and find something here. Something looking different, or should be looking different. Bucklers. dirt. But I'm not seeing it. Does it not exist? Trident. Wooden shield. Don't see it. This is weirding me out. Why? Okay, it was there in the Windows 95 version. It should be that, no, but it's just a helmet. The mace. I don't see it, no. It should be a skull. Skull, Mortimer's skull actually, which you could drop anywhere. And with a certain spell, teleport back to that place. And it should be no plasma storm. No, did I miss it? Luminous air. Yes, okay. Mortimer Skull. PR spell. It should be PR spell. Which we don't have. Interesting. Is it just in the Windows 95 version? No, there it is. Okay, okay, I looked in the wrong place. There is Mortimer Skull, and it looks like a skull. Yes, Mortimer Skull. Let's save and PR spell. That is not in our spellbook yet, and but which we should find somewhere at some point. Oh, yes, okay. We will find it in the Forgotten Pits, which may be our next destination. I don't quite remember. But let's first talk to Sebastian, who will give us the next clues. Ah, 'tis good to see you again. And what's this? You bring back a message in return? Says Sebastian as you report your success and hand him the secret note. Why, the information contained herein is just what we need. It seems Prince Williamson was sharp enough to realize King Valkery's own one weakness. Let me confer with my aides briefly before acting upon this information. In the meantime, let no moment go to waste. Speak to Ambora, our loyal antiquarian, for he has reported to me that he has uncovered historical verification of the existence of a powerful elixir which may prove useful in our efforts. Sebastian prances away, calling for a meeting of the various resistance officials. Have you spoken with Ambora yet? Asks Sebastian. He may be found east of here. Yes. And if I recall correctly, this is him, the man with the nose in his books. Ah, Sebastian has told you of my latest findings, has he not? Asks Ambora the Elder. It is most remarkable, as you will soon discover. You see, I have pieced together the history of the ancient sage Warbil, once thought to be a legend, but now proven to have actually existed. Warbil was a great collector of knowledge from the netherworlds, and he brought together his knowledge in a large volume, to which he referred simply as the Almanac. Contained within the Almanac, I am convinced, is the secret to preparing an elixir of capital power, which will grant the user near immortality. This elixir will certainly be of use to you on your mission. Returning to Warbil, he died as a miser and evidently took his only possession, the Almanac, with him. Unfortunately, I do not yet know exactly where he died, but I have discovered that the majority of his work was done on Zoborth Isle. That for now is all I can tell you. Thank you, Ambora man. You have not yet unearthed the elixir, I take it, says Ambora. Perseverance, my friend, is the only way. Oh, did I mention that Zorworth Isle is off the eastern coast of the continent? I hope that helps. Yes, and that helps. I have a map in front of me, and it is to the east. It is actually north of the island of, what is it? The Moondrop Island, where we found our bard, Mr. Jerkins, or Jennings, Matt Jennings, Jerkins, and which would also be fitting. And north of that is the rather lengthy isle of, or thin isle of Zorworth. So that is our next step to go to find this book, which will tell us about, hopefully tell us about an elixir, which we do not necessarily need actually for the quest, for the main quest to complete. It's just something we have to do for the main quest to continue actually. So even if we don't need it, we need to finish it, because otherwise the story will not continue. So we have to do this. And also got Mortimer's skull now, which we forgot last time, or I forgot last time. And maybe we will someday get the corresponding spell, the PR spell, which is actually located down in the Forgotten Pits, in which we will found the magic lantern and the what was it again? The green amulet, yes, the green amulet. And yeah, there we will find the corresponding Mortimer's skull spell. Until then, we will make a break again, off to Zorworth, because, well, it's been a while, and yeah. I'll see you next time. This was GBF Aquawarmeister with a Let's Play of Excelsior Phase 1, Lysandia, and I'm signing off. Until then.